Hello, this is Dan, DK Excavating here at 603 Baldwin. Out here doing a post-repair video. We did a sewer repair here last week, and we're just taking a look after the repair, see how we did. So right now we're looking at the cast iron through the new two-way clean out in the front yard. So we are at the clean out that is further away from the house, and it angles back toward the house. So this is the cast iron going inside the house. So we pull back a little ways, and that's where it transitions to clay. Looks like it's probably a 3-inch cast iron sitting inside of a 4-inch clay. They kind of put those inside of those when they transition a lot of times. So we'll come back and see what our footage is here. We got about 25 feet. So we'll come back. The footage on this isn't completely accurate, but we actually placed a little bit more pipe than we originally planned just because we were here. We might as well get what we can, what makes sense. So, but getting close, you can already see it getting brighter from the color in the pipe. But here's our transition. So we were, this is probably, about 10 feet back from probably about the front of the house where our transition is, just outside the sidewalk in front of the front porch. So transition to PVC. Got a short piece of pipe. What you see right here is your other clean out. You can see the line just barely at the top. You can see if I get the angle right. You can see just the top. That's where the other clean out comes down and goes back the other way. So that's going toward the house. We're going to pause this and go the other way so we can see what's going on. Alright, we're back. We went down the other clean out that's closest to the house, which angles out to the street. Put the clean outs in so you have easy access with a full force 4-inch cutter to be able to maintain anything else in the line, whether it be tree roots or soft blockages or whatever it may be. You don't have to go in the house anymore as long as it's a clog on the outside of the house. So here we go. Here's the city main coming back. Here's the tap. There are a few tree roots on this tap, but kind of see like there's kind of like a weird angle transition, but nothing really wrong with this, nothing that hasn't been there from the beginning except for the tree roots. I would say some fairly regular maintenance on this should help keep these tree roots clean. Probably some root killer wouldn't hurt either. But this is clay again, so we'll come back. Let's get a footage on that. So we're at the main, about 65 feet just about. Come on back for a little ways. There's a little tree root intrusion there. Tree root intrusions are pretty common on clay fittings. There we go, there's our transition. So about 10 feet back from the tap, here's where we transition. Before, this line was dipped pretty good, had some negative drainage for a little while. And we got that all taken care of. So right now we've got 56 feet, and we got one little fitting here. Our 20-foot section of pipe didn't quite make it. so right here we got about 20 foot to the next fitting. Not much to see, just a 20-foot piece of solid core PVC. I do not know if any water has been run down here. There's a little couple pebbles of gravel there, but looks like we did bed this in pea gravel. Looks like one or two little pieces might have found its way in the pipe still. Thought I got those out of there, but I'm sure they'll flush down with no problem. Here's our next fitting. We'll have another 20-foot section of pipe onto this one. What is that? Oh, little tree root clump. Yeah, I think I saw that when I was coming down the pipe, and my camera must have drug it back this far, so that's light and fluffy. I should have no problem pushing down with once we get some water down this pipe. Another couple pieces of gravel. Sneaky little guys. Alright, here we are. Here's where we come back out of our clean out. This is, you can see the top of it right there. That's where we came down before to go toward the house. But we are on the clean outs right now. So coming up, and this is looking down from above. So that's our video. We were able to get adequate slope. I think we had quarter bubble, so it was great. Actually, maybe a hair over quarter bubble. So we were able to correct the slope, get it flowing nice, get rid of the cracked piece of pipe, and shouldn't have any problems with that section we replaced. Probably need a little bit of maintenance on the rest of the areas that still have clay and slight tree root treatment, but much better than it was. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.